bored, so talking about anime today. I've been watching anime for over a decade at this point, and I still see the same overplayed, old enough to have kids as tropes in anime to this day in the year of our Lord 2024. So I'm going to complain about them, starting with this all happened in a year. You ever watch a few seasons of an anime and you've seen arc after arc and you've seen the characters get stronger and better at the thing they do and go on adventures, and maybe you've been following over years of your own actual life too. But then the show's just like, oh, all of this happened over the course of a year, yeah? This guy's still 15. What? You're telling me this guy got literally 1,000 times stronger, beat multiple villains, was happy, got depressed, then went back to happy, and is still too young to buy a Red Bull? Even I could beat Deku in a fight at the start of My Hero, and now he's apparently the strongest hero in the world, I guess. He's still in his first year of school. When I started watching this shit, I was around his age, and now he's just barely 16, while I am fucking unk now. The actual problem with this is that it usually makes the cast progression, especially how much stronger they get, feel ridiculous and unbelievable. It's like how Ash in Pokemon is somehow still 10 at the end of the series. Like, yeah pal, real productive year you had there. How'd you do it? By downloading an app that makes productivity easy. This video is sponsored by Sweat. Shut the hell up! I like Freerun a lot, and something it did well was not being afraid to have off-screen 6-month time skips, where the characters are just, existing. It makes the character's journey feel more real and people getting stronger way more believable. Anime ages make no sense. First off, why do we always have to be in school? I get that the most popular genre is shonen, which literally means young boy or teenager, so the target audience will find a school setting relatable. I get that totally. But come on, we don't need everybody in school. Surely at this point, it's repetitive. Having a deep conversation on the rooftop, the main character sitting in the window seat, second row from the back, a girl or a guy just about to confess their love, but then gets interrupted for no real reason. Ugh, horrible, come on. But this trope is more than that. Anime ages in general make no sense. It's not just the saying of school, it's the forcing people to be school-aged. Like in Tokyo Revengers. If you haven't seen it, this guy gets isekai / goes back in time to when these guys are running a gang and are like the mob basically, and they ride motorcycles and steal stuff, whatever, and all of that is cool until you're like, wait, this guy is 13 years of age? None of this is how a 13 to 15 year old behaves. Source, I was one at some point. This just makes the actual plot of the show comical in terms of how ridiculous it is. All of this could still happen if they were 18 or 19. They do not need to be 14. How are you, as a grown-ass man, letting a 14-year-old run you like that? It's in animes like this where being shonen age feels nonsensical and dumb. Sasuke, you are 12, you are not gonna be the avenger of your clan. Go and avenge your teammate in Fortnite. The character's ages also never really impact the plot in general, so why not just make them behave their age? The characters are written like 17-year-olds, they talk like 17-year-olds, they behave like 17-year-olds, so why not just make them 17 years old? It would actually be more refreshing if characters were in college but acted more immaturely, cause that's what college kids are like. So you're telling me that the grown-ass man over there is 14 and that woman with impossibly big bahangas who looks like she's in her mid-30s is actually 15. Sure, nice. And now they're dominating trained professionals with decades of experience or being the fuck out of trained killers. Look, in general, I don't care. I get it, it's fiction, but come on. Sometimes we don't need to be 14. The infinite responsibility, the lack of parents, another trope. I guess in Japan, everyone's parents are stuck at the same 7-Eleven getting milk. And the depression. I mean, all of these things just scream college aged. I realize this is why I really like Anya from Spy Family. She's just unapologetically her own age in how she behaves. She can read minds and does jack all with that power other than being silly, which is exactly what a 5-year-old should do. Main character syndrome.
Hi, I'm a loud extrovert, kinda stupid orange or red guy who likes to eat a lot and has a heart of gold. Oh, how did you know I was the main character?
Cause you're all like this! I like all of these golden retriever boys individually, but please, from Goku to Naruto to Luffy to Gon to now Itadori and Tanjiro, we can't keep doing this! Shout out to Ichigo for not being like this. Not to mention the edgy, darker, cooler rivals / enemies / lovers that serve as the number 2 to all of these main characters. I mean, I complain about all this, but then I eat this same old rival protag relationship up every single time I see it, like slop from a trough. Oh no, but it gets worse with MCs, because if their main character is not like these balls of human sunshine, then they are the blank slates or edgelord types, such as your average harem or isekai protags who just end up having a harem anyway. Yeah, I love watching the blandest, no personality other than sometimes being a cringe edgelord MCs magically end up with every girl archetype fawning over him for no real reason. Great television right there. If these characters were a spice, they'd be flour. Girl characters whose whole reason for being is based on a boy. I already complained about the guy characters, so I may as well complain about the girls now. Finishing off the classic anime 3-man squad of a loud protag and edgy rival is the female lead. And well, female characters have kinda sucked a lot in anime. I'm not saying that all female characters suck, just the ones who feel like every dialogue option they have is about a boy they like for seemingly no reason. Oh, and their main power just being healer, and their purpose in the show is just basically being Pokemon centers for the protag to go in, get patched up, and then go back to doing all the fighting again. Oh, and them doing the cliched scene where they yell the main character's name out so he gets a power up is definitely not played out by now. And yes, I am mainly yelling at Naruto for this. I've seen fans argue about like, oh, Hinata versus Sakura, like who's best girl? Guys, this is a mid-off. My god, these two suck. They suck so much. It's not just me being a hater. Kishimoto has also said he's struggled writing girl characters well. Don't worry, not just a you thing, OG. To be fair, this has gone a lot better with modern anime being able to make women feel like, you know, real human beings. Even Naruto ended up getting it right in Boruto, with Sarada being a million times more interesting than Kid Hinata or Sakura. Next up, jailable relationship. Jailable offenses, perhaps? Okay, you know what it is. I don't even have to explain it. We all know what I'm talking about. It's stuff like this. Yes, fun fact here, Gentle Criminal isn't actually in jail for attacking UA. He's in jail because this bitch looks 11. For those who are fortunate enough to not know what I'm talking about, here's the definition of a lolly, which is the actual trope here. I was gonna explain it myself, but honestly, even writing it out in my script felt weird. True story. Look, any way you look at this shit is weird. Why? Why is drawing people like this so necessary in so many shows that it has become a trope? Like, okay, it happens the one time, sure. You guys got a little too creative there. Don't love it, but whatever. But this much? I even have more pictures. Who is this appealing to? Actually, don't answer that. But if you're super into this, you probably gotta be in jail. But she's actually 1,000 years old though. Then why did they draw her like that? People who have watched anime enough are sadly used to this and barely bat an eye after seeing it for the 100th time. But it is so hard to explain this to a normal freaking person. For example, your friend wants to get into anime, so ask you for a recommendation, and then they see some weird scene and come back to you saying, what the hell man, that's a kid. And now you have to explain it like you're the one who drew it in the first place. This goes for all lewd scenes that are in anime. You know what, I'm extending this trope to all of that stuff too. No, author-san, we do not need another beach episode, please can we get back to the plot? But in the boardroom we call it fan service. Yeah, and round here we call it FBI open up. Whilst we're here, pervy old guys gotta go too. So much of this is a crime. Not the entire characters themselves, but being perverted is not a personality trait. I thank everything that anime has moved away from gender bending the main character for no real reason. Yes, that used to be a thing. When you run out of girl characters for fan service, sometimes it takes a man to be best girl. Let's just get all this weird pervy shit out here already. Like, come on, you're scaring the hoes. I know guy trips over and inexplicably sees perfectly under a girl's skirt slapped in the 90s, but we gotta move on now. Anyway, I'm out of stuff to complain about. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, goodbye forever now.